We're gonna get demonetized.
I don't know.
Honestly.
I can't mute Victor. Fuck. Okay.
Do we even plan to be monetized?
Victor.
Hey, how you guys doing? This is our podcast. We got with us today. We got Jared, who is Juan Ramirez,
Thanks.
Connor, which I'm not gonna say his last name, Samuel Rodone, and Francisco.
Just first name. Just for
No, his last name's
And me,
Lopez.
Victor Robles.
This was a cancerous intro.
It was, but it got us into this.
Hey Victor.
You know what?
What's
Francisco
the name
can
of
do
our
the next
YouTube?
one.
Yeah,
Shit,
see you next
better
year.
now.
Mumble.
Hey Victor, what's the name of our YouTube?
Mumble.
Yeah.
You forgot
There
about
you
it.
Okay, Connected Gamers, you fucking idiot. That was the original what we decided. I
Got
don't know
him.
if we're gonna stick with that. That's looking back at it, it's pretty fucking retarded.
Dumb.
Now.
It's yeah.
Let's just
Well-
call ourselves.
Please kill us.
Y'all think I'm gonna come up with a name? No, I was just gonna leave it there. Let's just call ourselves.
We'll figure out the name later, and I'll just have it fucking
let
branded.
let the subscribers call us.
Yeah, they'll come up with a name. They'll call us like.
What subscribers? I'm pretty
Dumb
sure our
neighbors.
subscribers are us five.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah,
it's
love
not
you.
Yeah, dude. All right, now we have to come up with a name. We're the
Exactly.
subscribers.
Okay. So, real quick before we start talking about everything, let's talk about why the fuck it's been 11 months since we've uploaded. Well, since this channel has uploaded, I'm a big YouTuber. I'm uploading all the time.
All right.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
No.
Got that
Damn.
subscriber count of like 420.
Let's see
You
right
got
now.
that YouTube money.
121. Fuck you.
Oh, dude, I was.
Popping
Oh,
off.
God,
You know
no.
what?
Who- Guys,
You know
you're
what?
in royalty
You
here.
don't even know.
120.
Well, you know what? It could
He's
be
already beating
120
me.
right now.
Y'all show some
It's gonna be
respect.
120
to
right
the
now.
OG.
No, please.
If
Hail
I
to the
can find
king.
you.
Hail.
Simple explanation. Fucking hell. School, work, normal life shit.
It'd be like that, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just bad planning. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much the only thing. I mean, really can't do much about it. You know, we're all adults here. We gotta work. We got pussy to fuck.
Don't
but we gotta
worry.
let it
I'll see you
shake.
next year.
Some of us work, some just do nothing with their lives. But
Samuel.
yeah.
How's life,
Yeah, yeah.
Jared? What are you doing?
It's pretty good right now. Just fucking work is a hassle,
Where do you
you know,
work?
in construction.
Ah.
In construction with my dad, so it's
It's
all
not an
right when
official
the
thing, it's just
house
working under his
has
dad.
fucking AC, but when it doesn't, you're just fucking dead.
So you're
becomes a
forced to
sauna.
work. Like you can't even slack off a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah,
your father to go home.
I told Jared
Exactly.
that he should talk to his dad and talk about like actually being hired so he can start like having money put into like social security and stuff.
You really should. On another topic, if any of you are close to Avondale Boulevard, we're hiring at Fry's.
Oh,
So
Fries
I'm
is
on the-
shit, though.
it is
I'm on
shit,
the other
but
side of the
know,
city, so.
You could come work
Hiring
with me.
on in what, like cashier? Or what's
No,
up?
it'd be in the deli department, so like fucking
Oh,
fried
gotcha.
chicken. Dude, all I do is
Let's see,
eat.
you work with me.
Heck yeah.
Sounds like a job for me, my guy.
Yeah, dude. If I can come back and work with me. Recommendations. Okay,
but-
so Jared's just working. You doing school, Jared?
Yeah, I'm doing school right now. I'm kind of doing a part time for right now, just because of work,
Same here.
just to keep me, you know, normal and not fucking stressed like 24/7.
Yeah.
But other than that, just school, work, and my free time, playing games. That's about it.
Okay, what about you, Sammy? What are you doing with your life? Tell me, talk to me, baby.
Okay, I'm gonna try to make it a little less gay in here.
Axe body spray.
Yeah, no, TBH, I'll just make it more gay. Don't do that. So I'm just focused on school right now. I'm starting to go away from taking like the prerequisite classes. I went into taking I'm going into my business degree now, but I came up with an actual like career plan now. I was going to go into cybersecurity. I was going to start taking computer classes and stuff next semester.
It
Go for a
pays well if
certification.
you learn how to do it. It's a very hard thing trying to code, and especially against like what big companies have going on. You have to learn how to code through all that shit, and it takes time. but
Yeah.
it's very, you know, if you go into cybersecurity, you're gonna have a job forever. Like there will never be a point where, especially in our age, you don't need cybersecurity.
Yeah, right. Like you have all this paranoia around like people getting hacked and stuff, and that's why I figured it's job security right there. The big thing. Oh wait, I was gonna say something about that. Oh yeah, no. I was talking to my business professor, and he told me that by like 2019, there's gonna be around 1 million jobs that need to be filled in that place alone.
No,
so
not even like by 2020, the market for that's gonna go up a lot.
It's honestly the most secure setup.
I figured what I was gonna do.
I think that's what I heard.
What I was gonna do is with my business degree, I thought I either fill one of those 1 million jobs or I fill half of them if I start a business, right?
Yeah, I mean, being a business owner is one of the. It's such like a 50-50. You either succeed to an amazing point with like cybersecurity, or you just get outdone by bigger companies. But if you have a degree, go work for them. Fuck it, you're still gonna be making bank.
Yeah.
What about you, Victor?
Well, like the last year, I've been just on my degree, my mechanical engineering. So that's full time at college. So
you live at campus, right? Or do you?
I live on campus. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because at ASU, don't you have to like live at campus for 2 years or some shit like that?
Nope.
You don't have to, but it's recommended for.
Hello.
He just like shut up. He's like,
well, he doesn't know.
It's the ASU internet.
Let's skip it. Francisco, what are you doing with your life?
I'm pretty much doing the same.
So what just happened? I'm using Xbox for everyone listening, and my controller just fell asleep. So
nice.
All right. Well, Francisco's talking now. Now you gotta wait.
No, go ahead, Victor.
Finish up, Victor.
Just go, Francisco. Just go. Hurry.
No, finish. Well,
okay. God damn it.
Go. Go.
Victor's going to mechanical
engineering. Is this a Skype call of
Francisco,
I'm going into mechanical engineering, and well, it's full time, so I don't have time to YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And on top of that, the internet over there isn't the best, so yeah.
dude, that shit is shit.
Honestly, it hurts, dude. Like he can't even stay in an Xbox party, and he's lagging out constantly.
It hurts me most, so shut up.
Nice.
That's how bad it has to be. Like if it's hurting his friends, it hurts him more. You know, he wants to.
It hurts
He's
me
died
physically.
twice already.
I've tried blood a few times.
Okay, what about you, Francisco?
I'm double majoring in business, public policy, business entrepreneurship, and minoring in economics. And next block semester, I'm gonna be taking coding classes to learn how to do that shit. So have been busy. I've been working on campaigns. I got an internship. I'm going to be working for a new one this fall. On September 17th, I will be performing 5 minutes of stand up.
No one's gonna go to it.
Huh?
Hey, I'd listen. Where is it?
It's going to be at the Stand Up Live area. Yeah, so if you want to go see me bomb and like humiliate me, go ahead and come.
I got tomatoes. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Are you doing an open mic or are they?
Yeah, open mic.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring a pineapple.
I'm gonna bring a watermelon.
No tomato. I wanted to hurt.
Yo, that was a funny joke though. It's like, where's it gonna be? The trash. That was messed up though, but that was funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far we have cybersecurity. I was blanking out there for a second.
Yep.
I don't know what you're doing, Jared. What are you going to school for?
Right now, I keep switching off. Honestly, I went. It's either business or freaking in psychology, dude. It's like I like business and I also like psychology, so I just can't put
You gotta be
down.
careful with psychology. It's an iffy thing to go to.
If a good psychologist will like probably be able to help you, a bad psychologist won't help you at all. They'll just maybe be like, "Hey, take these pills."
Yeah. So
Yeah, but they also make a lot of money. If you're good.
Cybersecurity, mechanical engineer, and I don't even know what the fuck you said, Francisco.
He's an entrepreneur, basically.
Entrepreneur. Okay.
And he's campaigning here and there with like I actually went and I helped him with this one lady who was campaigning to get elected somewhere in Arizona.
Yeah. She. What do you call it? She.
She
So,
died.
did I tell you what happened?
I don't even know if she won or not. Did she win?
So what do you call it? The other. So there was this
other.
infighting where the other.
When he
public
doesn't want to be
party-
racist, the other.
The other.
No, the other.
The African American person.
No, he wasn't African American. It was the other.
Candidate.
What is
Candidates?
This high school all over again? Like, holy shit.
I can't think of the name. No, it starts
Politician?
with a P. No, it's
Okay, Francisco
Pokemon?
lost his turn.
Pokemon.
progressive. There we go. The other quote unquote progressive candidate, right? They took a lie. They took something and blew it out of proportion, which started hurting our campaign and started pretty much slandering our campaign, our candidate that so much that people wanted to stop donating and we had to forfeit because
She didn't win?
No, we got out in like a month or two because the
That's
other
terrible, dude.
the other quote unquote progressive candidate screw us over.
Yeah, dude,
Uh,
that sucks. She was a nice lady too. I freaking
And guess
that's
what?
stupid.
And guess what? The election was last week, and they still didn't fucking win.
I forgot
Damn.
to vote. No, I'm kidding. I don't live in that area.
That's
Neither
politics.
do I.
Right? So,
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
where are we going to talk about then?
Well, real
That-
quick,
let's
let me
be-
talk about myself. And say
I
what
thought you
I'm
talked
doing.
about yourself.
Nah, he.
Connor, what you should consider is that no one cares.
Okay.
Haha,
What's the next? What's the next topic?
I'm kidding.
You
I
can.
care. Go ahead.
So
and
we
say it.
can.
No, it's
Well, I thought we were going to talk about. No, just kidding.
No,
Go.
Connor's like mumbling. He's gonna like kill himself. We need to make sure he doesn't.
He's looking for the bleach right now. And the knife.
I'm gonna cut myself. Your joke's so funny.
Are they funny
Oh,
now?
he's gonna start playing the violin on his wrist.
I wish.
Oh, shit.
God damn.
That's an inside joke. That's the thing with
Oh,
me and
shit,
Connor.
that's
He
a
knows.
long
He
time
gets
ago,
it.
man.
We're just gonna start
Okay.
listening to. We're just gonna start listening to Beethoven from out of nowhere.
Okay. So real quick, I'm pretty much working part-time school, going for my A in criminal justice, and then eventually a full BA in criminal justice. That's pretty
Oh,
much it.
nice.
Fucking simple, man. I want to
You're
arrest
gonna start
people.
putting people away.
I'm gonna start putting people away. You first.
Oh, I didn't do anything.
Uh huh.
Yeah, right.
Uh huh.
Freaking
We know what you did, Sam.
We'll talk about this after
Francisco's
the
the one who
podcast.
smokes weed. Get him.
Oh, I'm coming after you. Okay. So, into our first topic, which would be the brand new games that are all coming out in 2017/18. What game do we want to talk about first? We have a shit ton.
Well, we can start with the biggest one that's big every year, other than the sports games, because none of
Fuck
us play the
sports
sports games
Fuck those.
Yeah, because we don't play sports.
because we don't hate each other.
Yeah, like no. Hold on. Can I say something? Like sports games are literally like a graphics test every year. That's what it is. They're so
Yeah.
rigged.
Pretty
I
much all it
never
is.
understood the hype, dude.
No, well, Forza Motorsport is that for the Xbox.
Well, no, but I'm talking about like FIFA and like NBA and stuff. Like,
But
dude.
it has a story, Sam. It has a story.
Oh, does it?
mode,
No, it
yeah.
doesn't.
Is this like some triple A, like 5-star rated story? Is this like Lord of the Rings level storytelling? You cannot achieve
You're
that.
gonna be crying
with
for
basketball.
the characters.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I can't wait,
Freaking-
man.
Kevin Durant's dead. No.
So who wants to talk about Sonic Mania?
You mean Sonic
Oh.
OG characters?
Hell yeah.
You mean the first good Sonic game in years?
Yo, who remembers Sonic Unleashed?
Oh, dude, I never
Oh,
played Sonic,
so
but like
I-
I never really played both
I
of those
actually
games.
really like.
But I
that
would
one.
look at them. I played like the old ones, but I would look at these new ones and I'm like, what is going on here?
I'm kind of excited for that for the Sonic Mania because there hasn't been a good one since Generations.
Yeah, it's
which
been
is
a long time.
Honestly.
Yeah, and everyone remembers like the disaster Sonic games like 2006.
Okay. Well,
and
yeah, no.
yeah,
Go on. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying we need we need to go back to the roots, because those were the good ones.
So, talking about going back to roots, let's talk about one of the biggest titles out right now. The beta's out this
Ooh.
weekend. Call of Duty
Oh.
World War II. Look at that sexy ass transition. I'm very proud of myself. for that one.
Freaking rip jetpacks.
Rip jetpack.
Have you played the beta?
I saw.
Dude, I've been playing the shit out of this beta. I have not stopped. I love this beta so much. Now, I have my problems. I went in there with way too much optimism.
Oh,
Uh,
that will happen.
but it still
Yeah,
has
I
made me
heard.
very happy.
Mm.
My biggest problems right now is lack of variety in the guns. Gun sounds all kind of sound the game or the same. Fuck.
Oh,
You, like in old Call of Duty, you could pretty much pick out what kind of gun they're firing.
Yeah. for
Like
sure.
okay,
yeah.
now it's
I
very
still-
hard to tell. Now,
I still
hopefully,
remember how the AS-50 sounds.
yeah. Now, but saying
Like,
that,
well,
it
sounds
is
like
a
an
beta.
AR-15.
They have added in guns since the last beta weekend. It's been fucking great. New snipers, so it's coming together. I
But
think
then
it-
again,
Go on.
there wasn't much variety in guns back in that day to begin with, was there?
I mean,
No,
there was
but-
like 6 to 7 guns in each class.
yeah, World War
of-
II or World War One had quite a good variety of guns.
Yeah.
Well,
All
this
I'm
is true,
saying
so
is
there should be a
The
lot.
second sniper is amazing. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
I-
well,
that-
I want to get the third one. I forget what it like the M19, some shit like that.
That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons maybe I might buy it, because I love the sniping in Black Ops 2. And after that one,
Yeah.
I never really liked
Look.
sniping.
I hate Call of Duty Ghosts. I've never liked it, but I will say it has the best sniping. I love that there's no crosshairs on the snipers. It's clean, it's quick, it's fucking amazing. And Call of Duty
Yeah,
World War
I
II
played a bit of
is
it. It was
doing
nice.
pretty great too.
Dude, anybody? What was the game mode called? Fucking the one with the aliens. Fucking
Oh,
The
dude,
Horde?
Survival or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
Dude, that
some
shit was
like that.
horrible.
It
God,
was
I
so
hated
it was so
And-
short-lived.
And when I heard that they were making zombies for World War II, I was like, oh, maybe it'll be good. But when I saw that they're basically doing the same thing with aliens, I don't know. I was
It was
hopeful,
stupid.
but now,
I'm glad they're bringing back the zombies. I need some classic zombies.
but
Yo,
they're,
have you guys
they're giving
seen
you
them?
classes.
They're
giving you
nice.
I like
classes
that.
like the aliens one.
Ooh, okay, so that might be a bit different. So
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that. I'm getting the game no matter what because I've played Call of Duty since the beginning. I haven't played like the last two. I wanted to play the Call of Duty remastered, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Dude,
I
it's
heard-
actually pretty good.
A friend of mine played the beta, and he told me that there's a lot of elements from other games that they took. Not a lot, but a few.
You could
Like
tell.
there's like a payload type thing where you're defending a tank, kind of like
Yeah.
how you deliver something in Overwatch.
It's
I
pretty
think,
much
yeah,
the
there's, like-
exact same.
Honestly, that seems like a good concept that should be in a lot of games, though.
What they're doing is with it's called a war mode where you have to achieve certain objectives where it's first plant bombs, then build a bridge, then allow your tank to get to a certain area, blow
Also,
up
it's a-
their ammo. So you have many
Oh.
stages to get through where there's points you have to defend.
I imagine those games take forever, though, right?
I mean, it's a good like 15-20 minutes each
And
side.
Good.
Not much different from like an Overwatch, maybe.
Yeah, a few more
It
different
just seems
things.
like there's more variety in the game mode, though. Like
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
Overwatch,
there's
it's like,
different
oh, you just have to
things.
stay next to this thing and it moves itself. And this one is like, you got to make sure this thing keeps moving. Like,
The
Yeah.
only
Oh,
bad
there's a-
thing
you
I've
gotta build
heard
yourself a
about
bridge.
it of Warzone is like people camp when you're building the bridge, and it's horrible. It's like
People
everybody
camp
gets a
the
corner
shit
and
out
just
of it.
they
snipes
don't
the
call it
shit
Camp
out
of
of
Duty
you.
for nothing.
Yeah, I think that will never
Yeah.
change. I think that's in every game. But I mean, when it's the only spot where you could actually kill them because you don't want to go hop over the bridge and be left alone, I mean, that's how it is. But then you push again and it's open field again. I
I mean, isn't that how actual warfare is a lot? You got to
Yeah.
like find some cover and shoot them from there.
Yeah, but I think it's different in the video
don't ask
game.
me,
It's
I'm
not
not a
actual
game
war.
Yeah.
It's not actual war.
True.
Okay. So I mean, I think we all pretty much have the same basis that this game has potential, and I just want to
Yeah.
see how it turns out.
Here's my
After
issue
the
with
last
game,
game. Okay, go ahead.
After the last game, anything's better.
Yeah.
though.
You go.
I'll give you that one. You know what? Yeah. But my issue with the game is like I heard this is World War II, right? This is like the height of the Nazi regime and stuff. This is like you would expect to see a swastika, right? But given this whole place where like you see a swastika and it's like, oh, this is bad. It's like that time of we're in this point where people are like easily triggered and stuff, and they're not gonna have any. Right?
They have to appeal to that. They have to appeal to the people that will get
like
triggered.
in Black Ops 1 in freaking Keynote or Toten, you just had them hanging around everywhere, right?
Now
like,
there's female soldiers, and I'm like, okay, there weren't soldiers that were female prominent in the military back then.
They're probably
There was literally
they were in Russia.
Okay,
there were like one or
Russia.
two tales of like 3-4 females in the whole war, but
So there was in the First World War there was a Russian elite team of female warriors.
yeah, but I mean,
female
as
soldiers.
Americans, there
it wasn't
But, yeah.
like
The only the what do you call it? The female soldiers weren't like fighters. They did mostly desk jobs and stuff like that, and they were very important to the war efforts because they got a lot of shit done that needed to get done, like just
but when the
paperwork and
game's
stuff
boots
like
on
that.
the ground,
Yeah, they
like,
weren't.
You can't.
Yeah, they weren't boots on the ground.
Yeah, that's my issue with the game, the historical accuracy of it. I expected this game to be like I'm not expecting a documentary of a game, but I was expecting it to be at least a little true to source
But
material.
again, it's a game, so they want to like
They
not
have
just
to
to
try
appeal
to
to
appeal.
everyone, but they also want people to be able to customize their character however they want.
Yeah, it's all about the sales at the end of the day. If
Yeah,
doing this maximizes sales, go ahead. You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Francisco.
All right, so in my opinion on this, it's like, as a history person the person that loves history, I can understand where they're going from, but like it's also like it's just a game. They just want to like you don't want to play a game with the true history of World War II, because if you do that, you're just going to be depressed as fuck.
But that's
Well,
what World War One was. You know how gory
No,
that
it
game
was. It
was?
was. Yeah,
I
I
love
played
that game. When you
Battlefield
get a
1?
no World War One, or Call of Duty World War.
Okay,
World
I
at
haven't
War.
played that, but
That
like,
was
that's what I'm saying.
brutal. You
Like,
ran
but that-
around
but
with a
they-
shotgun and you blasted someone in the stomach, and you saw them burst up.
Mhm.
Like, it was that gruesome, and that's what I want out of Call of Duty. I don't want some pussy ass game when it's based on one of the most gruesome wars.
I
You
mean,
need a game that'll scare off the 12-year-olds,
Like,
right?
I'm totally.
you're talking about
I'm
World
totally
at
for
War.
that.
World
Okay.
at War.
I'm
Sorry.
totally for that, but we have to understand, like, as a business mode, they're trying to put it in like this PG-13 mode. You know what I
Unfortunately,
mean?
that's how
So
it's
that they
always
can
gonna be.
sell it to as
I
many.
thought it was M though.
No, it's
Well,
still
like, all
It's
M.
going to be rated M,
But
but they
they're
already
still
know
trying
who
to
their
tone it
demographic
down
is.
so parents will still buy it for their kids. All that bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay.
which does
Uh,
suck, but I think it's
At
like
the end of the day, it's all about maximizing profits, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. So
well, let's continue with another game.
So-
What about Assassin's Creed Origins?
I was
which,
just looking at that. I am hyped.
Yeah.
Oh my
I have
God.
a lot to say about that game, honestly.
Okay, well, let's keep it
And it's not-
minimized for time strength.
Yeah.
That's
There's
true.
a lot more games, and a lot more topics to go to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, what I wanted to say was, I mean, I have my issues with Ubisoft, but I have a lot of hope for this game because they majorly screwed up Assassin's Creed Unity. It was bad.
Okay,
It was horrible.
I hate
Yeah.
Unity.
Right.
I hate Black Flag. What was the one before
Oh.
Black Flag?
Oh, whoa!
No,
Hey, how
hold on,
can you
hold
hate
on,
Black
hold on,
Flag?
hold
How
on,
dare
hold
you?
on.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Creed 3 I liked. 1, 2,
Assassin's
and 3.
Creed 3 was
Hold
good.
on. Up until the point where they kill off Desmond, I love the games. Any point after
no,
that,
that's
I think
true.
it is the most pointless, absolute worthless game I have ever played.
It's true. Like, don't get me wrong.
There
Desmond's
is no
character was
storyline. There's nothing.
Desmond's
to follow.
character was okay, but the modern setting was like a really integral part of it. It was really cool to have that dynamic where you're
Yeah.
going from the past to the present. That was cool.
What I liked about having Desmond is he was almost leading us through the whole thing. Like, you literally saw it from the very point of him going through, learning each part, bringing that to the real world, applying that, continuing that on. And for them just to kill off that and then still want to continue the game in the way they did with the I forget what the actual company was called in the game.
Abstergo.
Abstergo, where they brought in the new guy. He started going, and I was like, okay, it's just not the same.
I thought of a good way to salvage that and to bring back a custom, or to bring back a modern setting. And no one listens to me, and I don't care. It's not my game, right? But I thought a good way to do that and to make it so that people like it is to bring in a custom character, right? Make your own.
I guess what they were doing with Black Flag is that you are the descendant of Desmond.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to show. Because they never showed the face. And
what I did like is if you go around snooping around. I do like is if you go snooping around in Black Flag, outside of the Animus, you find out that Watch Dogs and Ubisoft are not. They're not like hinted at being connected. They are heavily connected to one another.
Yeah.
Like there's like a security company in Watch Dogs that you fight, but Abstergo is the ones who are hiring them to protect their assets and stuff. And I looked at all this and I'm like, wow, right?
And I also hate, and I'm pretty sure you guys will hate me for this. I hate driving a fucking boat. I think that was one of
Oh
the
my God.
Black
stupidest
Flag
parts.
was honestly gameplay not story, but gameplay wise, Black Flag will always be the peak of the entire series, and I'll fight you on this, dude.
I will
Black
hate
Flag.
those boats till the day I die. I'm like, I want to jump down and kill someone. I don't want to be fucking going around in a boat.
Dude, it gave you a Pirates of the Caribbean vibe. Like,
I think you're in the minority.
What's up?
I think you're in the minority,
Oh, for sure.
Connor. Because
it's a good thing
everyone
they didn't like.
Everyone loved
people
it.
People didn't love 3, and everyone loved 4 because of the boats.
I hated the boats.
I didn't like the boats, the mechanics and all that dumb shit. I was like, dude, I need to kill. Like honestly, I'm like, dude, I don't give one damn fuck about the sea.
I don't.
Wait, if we're talking about gameplay though, one thing that's really good about this new game that's coming out for Assassin's Creed, they turned the game, the combat and stuff, they turned it on its head. It's like playing like a mixture of like For Honor and Dark Souls now. It's gonna be hard, or I'm expecting it to be.
They revamped like almost everything. The fighting is more fluid. So
Okay.
Eagle vision is with an actual eagle.
So
yeah.
I don't know how much you guys when you were younger played like online games, RuneScape, Adventure Quest, all
I
that.
played RuneScape.
Buying
Okay.
GF.
No.
Did you guys ever play the Pirates of the Caribbean game?
No.
I don't think I did.
This was popular from like 2006 to 2007. It was a very small window. I played the game. I fucking hated it. Every aspect of it.
No.
Of being on a fucking boat, firing cannonballs, no actual action happening. I wanted to move around. I wanted to go roam around, see everything. They did the exact same thing for this one, and this is why I will hate it. I don't like that. I don't
think Connor would be the biggest fan of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
No,
no, he'll probably like Sea of Thieves. The one I was thinking about that he's not gonna like is another Ubisoft game that they're making.
Yeah.
I forget its name.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's just pretty much a multiplayer version of like the ship gameplay
I'd kill
of Black
myself.
Flag.
Oh, dude.
But a game
Ubisoft is
came
one to
out,
abandon projects, though.
I think it was called Black Flag. And it was
Yeah.
like a not Rust base, but the same style of your first person. And
Skull and Bones.
And you're actually
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you're sitting there loading the cannon. You are fixing the ship. I like that game because I'm actually experiencing like.
Then I think he
aiming
will
it,
like
all
Sea of
firing
Thieves.
it.
No.
I'll probably, if it's actually, if I am the character standing on the boat, being able to fire everything, being able to run around, jump onto the other one, but I don't want to drive the fucking boat.
No,
Dude,
he's not
no,
gonna like
that's
it
how-
because that's basically Skull and Bones.
No, I think he would like Sea of Thieves because it's like a wackier version of that. There's a mechanic you can do in Sea of Thieves where you load yourself into the cannon and you can shoot yourself at
that's
an enemy player's ship, and then you take over their ship from there.
It's fucking stupid.
It's a multiplayer thing.
It's supposed to be just like wacky. It's not supposed to be really realistic ship fighting. Like
I think
Skull
we're
and
veering
Bones.
off topic though.
But yeah, back to the new Origins game.
So for Origins, I think I'm really conflicted about Origins because of Ubisoft. Just because Ubisoft fucks up really bad.
Oh,
like when
dude, honestly.
Yeah.
and so like they For Honor, Watch Dogs, what do you call it?
For Honor was bad.
Yeah.
The Rainbow Six Siege, I think it was. Like
Rainbow
No,
when
that's
it
good.
first came out.
Dude,
No, when it
that's
first
the
came out.
shit.
When it first
That
came
game
out,
is
it was
great.
shit. But now
Yeah.
it's better.
Yeah, don't
But, like-
get me wrong though, Francisco. Take it from me, take it from Victor and Jared. We can guarantee you Rainbow Six Siege is a good game. It's one of the few Ubisoft
Dude,
games
I
that's
played the
actually
shit
great.
out of it, and I play it so seriously, dude. I am in love
Yeah.
with that game.
By the way,
We can
So-
see that game taking up hours.
Origins
Connor?
is supposed to be the biggest map they have ever made.
Which one? Origins?
Origins. It's supposed to be
Nice.
almost double the size of the original game. Adding on even more, you could be able to scale pyramids. It's supposed to be almost like you are traveling all across Egypt. No
Okay, so
fast
here's my
travel,
question.
no
You know what
skipping
gets
through.
me mad though, and I want this to be like in an expansion though. How cool would it be if they like? I was thinking, okay, ancient Egypt, right? You want to know what would be really cool to add? Because you know how the pieces of Eden create illusions and stuff.
Mhm.
You want to know what would be great to add in that game? The 10 plagues, dude. Imagine using the pieces of Eden to add that. Right.
Okay, so this actually transitions to what I'm gonna talk about here. We know that the original like Assassin's Creed games don't have much magic in it.
Yeah, they don't have much to
Right.
keep you in once the story's done.
No, I mean like actual magic, like lightning coming out of
Oh,
someone's hands
I
and
thought
stuff
you were
like
talking
that.
like
Ooh,
figuratively.
I don't want to
No.
want that.
No. Well, because in the trailer for Origins, when they showed the game off, they showed a giant snake.
What was that, dude? It was huge.
Yeah. So, and I think they talked about having, I think, Anubis in here at one point, or like a god or something.
That would
That'd be pretty
see,
So-
cool.
but you can pull all that off because pieces of Eden make illusions, right? You could
Yeah.
You could do
But-
it.
So my question is, does that take away from that for you guys? Like, there might possibly be magic or something like that when it's a game that's been, I don't know, very grounded.
If they can explain it, no.
If as long as I'm not having to use the lightning and all that shit, I'm okay with it. I don't really care for those like magical roaming around games. I feel like it's a little overpowered. I prefer the knives and the swords and the bow and arrow that Assassin's Creed gives. I'm really excited for that. Now, if I'm fighting it, I think it would most remind me of the like original God of War, where you're just some crazy lunatic with two swords. You're just a fucking maniac, and that's what
Okay.
I like.
Did you guys ever have you seen the play or walkthrough of how to use the bow and arrow in Assassin's Creed? You can control the arrow now.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
How so?
Like it's like a predator missile or something. What is this?
You can you shoot it and you can control it like to go left, right, and
Oh, I don't like that. That'll be stupid.
yeah.
I
Like,
see because a lot of the
follow
thing
the
about
arrow.
that is it was mostly realistic as far as everything went, and I don't know how you explain that. I don't think you can.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Little insects turned
Anubis gave me the power to control the wood of the arrow.
Oh no.
No, I give. Here's the thing. Assassin's Creed has always been the most historically accurate game. They have literally gone. Where was the original one made?
Syria,
Not the original. The second one. What?
Italy.
that's you.
Italy.
That's you.
Uh,
Renaissance.
Yeah, in Italy, they literally went there, took thousands of pictures of every different angle, and recreated the whole place. The
Did you know
Hathirgon?
during the creation of 3, they actually went and consulted like a bunch of Native American people to make sure it was like not offensive, but also historically accurate.
yeah,
They were
They
gonna have a.
They do that for almost every game. They did that for Syndicate too.
so I think visually it's gonna be a gorgeous fucking game, and I cannot wait to play
Usually
it.
is.
If
As
they
long as
go,
it works at launch, as long as there's
Yeah.
no need for a 40 gigabyte update that makes the game actually playable. I don't want
And
to.
he's-
okay.
If there's a
What?
repeat of Unity, the whole franchise is done. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
So a game with different game with a lot of discussion around it would be Destiny 2. Jesus Christ, Francisco.
Destiny 2. Oh
You
god.
good?
You good,
For
bro?
those that don't know, it drops
September
on
6th.
September 6th, but
Drops
you can
this
play.
Wednesday, dude.
But you can play it early on September 5th at 9 p.m.
Wait, what's
PST.
happening?
Wednesday.
So, and for those to time this podcast, that's gonna be tomorrow for us.
I don't know when this is gonna actually go up. I'm pretty lazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might already. Okay, so just as a precaution, it might
It might
already
already
be
be
out by
out?
the time this is uploaded.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, all around, we're gonna go one by one. Rate it 1 to 10 of what you've seen so far, and also hold on, and also how you think it will actually be different compared to Destiny 1, because a lot of people are saying it could be a giant duplicate. So
Okay.
Oh, I give it a 3. I'm kidding.
okay, Jared, go.
Let's start with you. Let's start with you,
Oh,
because
me?
I guess you're the farthest away from this.
Yeah, no, I'm the one that doesn't really play too much. I played Destiny quite a bit, and then I got pretty bored of it.
It's better with friends, I guarantee you.
Yeah, I think it was that part. And I started playing later into it was like a year
Besides, you're on
after.
PS4, right?
Yeah.
PS4 is the place to play Destiny 2. Bungie has really been sucking off Sony lately.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for it, so I'm gonna be playing it.
But you're a bigger PC player, and which you might like.
I'm a
Ooh.
huge PC
It's
gamer.
coming to PC, dude.
But-
Imagine Destiny 2 in nice.
But it's
60
coming
frames.
up a month
can't
later.
run it. I
What,
doubt my
really?
computer can run it.
Uh,
Dang, dude.
But I'm still gonna play it on PS4 when I upgrade my computer. I don't know. From what I've seen, I feel like I'm gonna have the same feeling after a month of playing it. Of if I don't make friends on it, I'm gonna quit playing it and I'll go back to playing League, Overwatch, everything else I play on my computer.
yeah.
That's understandable, honestly.
I really hope they add a larger open world.
They're doing that for sure.
Yeah, and then get rid of the fucking spaceship travel everywhere. I don't want to see myself sitting in a goddamn spaceship for an hour.
Yeah, they haven't gotten rid of that entirely because that's basically their loading screen, but they've gotten rid of the need to have that loading screen there, right?
Yeah, I'd rather just be staring at a blank screen. Just let
I
it load.
I hope they add, like, I don't know, you can fly the ship or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, just like as you're waiting, just maybe move to the left, fight something. I don't know, something entertaining on just like loading in lights just flashing at you.
Like that's what they did in Warframe. Anyone play Warframe?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're at least allowed to move around like a few inches during the loading screen. It's stupid, but you're allowed to.
Like, I prefer the
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed loading screen where you're just in an empty room running in a circle for 5 minutes.
Oh, that was great, honestly.
Okay, so on a scale of like 1 to 10 of how excited I am for this game, it's like a 6. I'm excited, but I'm not going to go drop the money immediately. I'm going to wait a little bit.
Let's
Who's
go with
next?
Francisco, because he might have the next lease.
Destiny 2. Fuck. I'm not really that excited on it. This is no surprising. I did Destiny 1 didn't like. I didn't like for as a shooter. I didn't enjoy it. As an exploring game, I didn't enjoy it. I even played it with friends for a little bit. It wasn't that great. To me, Destiny 1 was just. It was always trying to get more money out of me. Like it was like a mob boss kind of thing.
It wasn't.
Like,
It wasn't like sugar coated at all either. They were trying to sell their DLCs, dude.
Yeah, and it felt, and it was totally like on this instance of like we're gonna block out parts of this map, parts of this world, so that later on you can just give us more money. And it's just fuck you. It's like I bought a $69 game. I want to go, let me go places. And then I'm just hitting walls and I'm just doing stuff, and it just like felt like bullshit. It all did. And so this game, if it's going to be anything like it, not anything like it, because it had really some good parts, and there was some times where Sam and I would play, and it was just a lot of fun. And so if they do that and they start building, and they don't do this bullshit of just like blocking it out of like, no, you can't go here unless you pay, and it's just like. So I'm not all that excited. The marketing hasn't got me to because it feels like the same marketing as as last time, and I felt like I bought into it, and this time I just don't. So I think I'm on a
don't ever fall for hype machines, dude. That's true.
I don't know. I would agree with you, Francisco, but they're doing that with every game nowadays.
No, yeah. And I don't like that, and so I'm also taking a moral ground, or of saying fuck you. You give me if you're gonna put a $69 fee on this, it better be a whole fucking game.
$59.
Or
59.
Yeah, my bad.
If you're paying 69, you're paying for extra like pre-order bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I meant 60. I meant 60. I apologize. But like, if you're still gonna put a 60 fucking dollars on it, I want the full game. I want a beginning, a middle, and end. Like that's
I mean,
what I
okay.
want.
The base game does have a beginning, middle, and end. What you're paying for later is extra story that they're adding.
Yeah, but
Extra.
like
They don't
Extra
call them
places.
expansions for nothing.
no, but it wasn't. It like they like block portions out of the map, and it's just like
Yeah, that's
what they did was what I felt what
But-
happened was no, let me finish. What I felt what happened was they built this big game. They felt this really cool game, and then EA or Bungie or someone in there decided to
Activision.
say Activision decided to say, hey, you know what? We'll carve this part out. Carve this part out, carve this part out, and we'll put
I
these
actually know the
later on
reason for
and
all
sell
that.
them. And that's what
Um,
it felt. And I just don't like that.
I actually know for the reason why Destiny 1 had a really rough launch. Basically 6 months before the game was released, it was already pre-made, the whole thing, right?
Mm.
The whole place, the whole game, well, aside from like year 2 and 3, but the whole game was made, right? So what happened was they released like what you would call a supercut, which is basically like all the cutscenes in the game. They showed it to Bungie, the creative directors, and Bungie's like, this isn't what we're looking for. This is way too linear. We need an open world type thing, right? So they scrap everything, and they like most of the stuff that was made, like all of the graphical stuff and all the maps and stuff. They kept it, but they tried to rewrite the whole game basically within the span of 6 months. And when the game released, there was next to nothing, and Bungie was basically working overtime to make up for that. And if you're working overtime, you got to pay your workers, and that's why everything costs so much at the beginning. And they're really trying. What was that?
Go
So
ahead.
then-
Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah, go
sorry,
ahead.
What they're really trying to do now is make sure there's not a repeat of that. So they're making sure there's a lot at launch, but there's going to be like 2 expansions in the game. It's going to be like for like a year after the game's released, there's going to be an expansion. You should expect that.
So here's the thing. If they take all this criticism, right, and they take them all and they go and they put them to good use, right? They give me a good, not a skinny ass game, but like something with good story, with good friends, with good graphics. It's like I don't get blocked by invisible shields, right? And they have a good loot system. If they have all that and they have all combined, I will eat my words and I'll probably buy the game. I'll look after
He'll eat
reviews.
his hat.
Huh?
You'll eat your hat,
And so-
right?
Delete my hat. I don't even know what that means.
By
Oh,
God,
eat
if
my
Destiny
hat,
2
eat my
is
hat.
good, I'll eat my hat.
And so like if they do that and they prove me wrong, I will totally take it back. But I'm still so skeptical of this new game, of this what do you call it, of this second one. I felt like I was screwed over the first one, and so if for my enthusiasm of this game, I think it's a solid 4.
Well, I think we've been dwelling on this a little too long. Like we've been on this topic a little too long.
Yeah,
But-
so it's kind of speeded up with the next 2 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we're going to talk about like the money problems and stuff, one company that's really bad with money, we're going to talk about Bethesda real quick.
No, let's finish off real quick
Yeah,
because we
let's-
still have 3
we got-
people.
Oh, that's true. Dave, I didn't even say
So
anything.
Samuel, you go next. Just keep it simple. What
Keep it
you're
brief.
Yeah.
In my opinion, my excitement for this game, I'd give it like a 7 because I mean I pre-ordered it, so that's saying something. I'm really excited for this game, mostly because I remember the days when I would play this game with my friends, like me, Victor, Jared, Marlene, like all of us. We would play this game. We would be on raids and stuff, and our buddy Oscar's gonna jump in. It's gonna be lit, mostly because we have an experience to look forward to with friends. That's all I have to say about it.
Jared, do you want to talk or should I? Because I think out of all of us, we have the most time in the game.
I'll go. For me, I'm still, I don't know, dude. I have mixed feelings, honestly. Like, at first I was really hyped because, it's Bungie, obviously. But I don't know. It's like I played the beta. It's really not that good.
It didn't have much, the beta.
Yeah, I didn't like the mechanics at all. The super takes way too long, and it's like I need, the super's made up for it because I felt like at the time when the first game came out, everybody else copied it. Like Infinite Warfare had like all ultimates or whatever, and then Overwatch, So Destiny had the ultimates there, but like in Destiny 2, it's like, you know, you get it at the end of the round when everybody starts spamming it, and sometimes you don't even get to use it. So from the hype of it, I'll give it like a, I don't know, like a 5. But you know, I'll still play for like the first month or so, see how it is. But yeah, that's all I had to say.
Uh,
So
well, I'll say I give it like an 8. You know what? I'm pu- I'm I'm hyped for this game. They've already changed a lot of the problems we had in the beta, because we talked about the supers and all that. They've already changed that for PvP, and they
The-
are talking about adding more story to it,
Yeah.
more than Destiny 1 has ever had.
The thing
So
about the Destiny team is that they're really quick with community feedback. Like they listen
yeah.
usually.
So I am hyped for it. They've learned for the first one. The first one wasn't that bad. Even the base game wasn't that bad. And when they added all the DLC, it was a pretty decent game.
With all the DLC added, I would say it's worth the $60, but it took them 3 years to get there.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna have with this new game that's dropping out soon.
okay, so as Samuel was saying, you want to take over about
Oh,
the company
right.
grubbing, stealing,
The big
faggots?
thing, because I was going to use Francisco's rant. I wanted to say Francisco's opinion for last so that I could transition into it. But if we're talking about like money problems and companies that are just in it for the money, I think one of the worst perpetrators for it right now is Bethesda, because before I talk about what they're actually doing now, what they've tried to do in the past is they've tried to sell you Skyrim 3 times. That's all I got to say. Like there's that, but now what they're trying to do is, because modding on PC, like modding games in general, it's a community and it's been a really big thing. Like people download mods for everything, right? Every game you can imagine, if it's on a computer, people have messed with it in one way or another, right? And the thing about that is it's a community and it's been relatively free. Now, if people put a ton of work into the mod, I'd imagine you'd hope they'd get paid for it. But I already know that that's not what Bethesda had in mind when they created this. It's called the Creators Club or something.
Yeah.
Basically, it's paid mods. They're trying to get you to pay for something that's normally been free. And people think, oh yeah, they need to be paid for their stuff. But I haven't seen modders complaining about it until now, until Bethesda said that, oh, they need to be paid for it. All it sounds like to me is that Bethesda's trying to take control of yet another thing, right? It doesn't sound right to me. And I think it's just kind of ridiculous considering how, like, dude, like, first you try to sell me Skyrim 3 times, and now you're going to try to make me pay for these mods? Like, because you can get mods on Xbox now, right? So that's why I kind of care about this. I don't want to have to pay for them. Like, if I want to turn dragons in Skyrim into Thomas the Tank Engine, by God, I'll do it for free.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys have seen the E3, right? What they showed when they did that mods are coming back to the games, right?
No.
No.
No?
Not recent. No.
So basically, what the thing is, and they're being a little bit ambiguous about this, because from what I saw, they haven't said anything. They have like credits that you can use to buy these mods or get these mods, and they're saying that it's free, but they're really not saying how you get those credits.
And the community is not trusting them at all. Like, people have turned Todd Howard and Bethesda into a joke at this point.
So what probably is going to be is, like, you can get some credit while playing the game, but like the mods that you want are probably going to be like 200 credits, and
they're going to be so expensive that you're just better off buying these credits, right?
Yeah, that's probably how they're going to do it. And so that, like, when people were like complain, they'll be like, no, look, you can get them online, like, you know what I mean?
You can earn these.
Yeah, where you have to spend like 5 hours grinding.
But usually, what these mods are so far, what they were advertising, it's just like cosmetic stuff, like just skins for your weapons and stuff. It's like basic crap, right? But it's nothing that a modder can't do quicker and easier, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, companies will do what they want to do in the very end. And
Yeah.
I don't think it will ever really affect the company. Eventually, they come back. They still make a shit ton of money.
Yeah, you're gonna buy Elder
Just wait
Scrolls
for
6, aren't you? I am.
Yeah. Just wait for Fallout 6 or
5.
5 or 6. I'm just saying like when those two games come out, people are gonna be buying
I had
them.
a friend of mine who's such a huge Fallout fan. I remember ages ago, he said, I could graduate from high school, get a degree in anything that I need, and make Fallout 4 myself before Bethesda ever releases it. And I'm like, wow. Okay. I just thought that was funny because people were waiting forever for Fallout 4. Like,
Yeah.
Also
Oh.
with Kingdom
Oh.
Hearts, and people been waiting years and years for that game to come out.
Yeah.
now
Including
finally
me.
you're
Like,
it's
Half-Life-
coming, dude.
Yeah, but
All
they
they
haven't
said
specified.
was next year. That's all we have. Like
They're
they
gonna
could
say
delay
next
it
year.
again.
Next year, right?
Yeah, so it's
Well,
whew.
as far as a game being delayed, I don't blame them because you really want something polished, right? Like if you don't want to rush a game, the result of rushing a game is like, Assassin's Creed Unity and Destiny 1,
Yeah.
right? That's what you would get for rushing a game. So if people delay it, I don't blame them, but just don't make
Yeah,
us wait
but,
too
like,
long, right?
Okay, I pose a question then. Like, how many times have we been like delayed a game and we've said like, okay, they delayed because it's gonna be better, and then it's still fucking crap. Like,
Okay.
Oh, what game
what do
would
you
be
call-
like that? Because I know there's
Watch
probably been
Dogs.
games like that.
Watch Dogs have done it. Yeah. So
Um,
here's two things that I can compare it to. There's delays in the West and there's delays in the East. Because what's it called? Square Enix does delays a lot. They did it for Kingdom Hearts. They did it for Final Fantasy. And I feel when they delay, it's to make a game better. But when people in the United States or companies in the West delay it, is so they can just release it and then they can fix it later.
That's actually
But like, how many years has it been? Like, what, 10 maybe, or no? Like,
Yeah,
it's been
about-
so long, dude. I'm like, why did it take 10 years to make a sequel? Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Hey, at least you guys
they
are
all-
getting a sequel. From what I'm gathering, because there's Half-Life 3, which has been a meme forever. It's been in the news lately because one of the lead writers, like every single person who worked on Half-Life 1 and 2, they've quit. There's never going to be an official sequel, but one of the lead writers who was going to write that game basically gave the fans some closure by like posting like basically an essay online about how the game would have gone. But that's as close to a sequel as they're ever going to get. So all I'm saying is, count your blessings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Suffering.
yeah, I mean it was some closure, but at the same time it was like it's the ending to the next episode, not to like Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Because they even said that they would have continued the game if they did come out with another with episode 3.
I hear people are getting some fans are getting together to try to do it themselves.
It'll never be the same.
Yeah,
Honestly.
and even if they try to, they're gonna probably get DMC'd. But-
Dude, all this corporate crap would get in the way of it. It wouldn't happen.
Well, talking about corporate crap, on to our next topic. One of the largest streamers, or a little back ago, he was one of the top YouTubers, H3H3 Productions. Ethan, I forget his wife's name.
Gila.
Gila. The past year, they've been in a lawsuit. In
Yep.
between that, they created the FUPA for YouTubers so they can fight for
FUPA.
equal rights. Honestly, I think it's a great name. But to run over this real quick is
I love that.
a guy, I forget, it was like,
No, don't even say his name.
I'm
Don't
not
give
going to
this
say
asshole
his name,
credit.
but he created videos about parkour and him making out with girls. It was a whole series.
Wait, Francisco, you really hate this guy. Do you know his name? Because I actually
No,
the name of
I
his name
don't. I
escapes me.
don't. I don't hate this. I don't hate this guy.
I do.
It's just like no, fuck him. Like it's just like he tried to
I
like.
don't hate him,
he
but
tried to
fuck
do-
that guy.
Yeah, like
He
I
can-
don't.
he can die in a
Sometimes it
ditch.
be like that.
Yeah.
It's like he tried to sue because of censorship, and he just trying to like quiet someone, and like it's like, no, like, fuck you. And then the whole like YouTube community then went up and backed H3H3, and then they kicked their ass, it kicked his ass, and then decided to upload the video, and then they got more millions of views. I've watched that, like the second video where they re-uploaded like twice just to like feel like it's like, no, like
it's a huge victory for fair use on YouTube, because what happened was
okay, go ahead, you can explain it all.
Well, I don't know like all the details. I don't know who the guy was, but what happened basically was, the thing about H3H3's channels, basically they would just talk, they would show like parts of a video and they would talk about it, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't have anything good to say about whoever they were talking about at this time. They didn't have anything good to say about it. And this YouTuber who they talked about, he didn't like that they were talking shit about him, right? So basically, he tried to sue them, saying they're using my video and my intellectual property, which they were. They were using clips of his video to back up their points, right? It's like H3H3, they're using my video to slander me, or like they're stealing my content, right? So I'm taking you to court. And it was like a whole year they were being sued about this, and YouTube didn't do anything about it because YouTube's rules are ambiguous as always, right? So what happened was, it's after a year they finally won this lawsuit. So they re-uploaded the video, and it's monetized, mind you, so they're getting their money back for it. And oh, dude, they were so happy. It was great. Like, I just think it's great. Like, all these YouTuber people that I follow on Twitter, they also agree, because fair use is a huge thing, and any YouTuber that doesn't like any other YouTuber can use quote unquote fair use and stuff, like, oh, take this video down, he's using my video in it. But now it's not like that anymore, right? It won't be so.
No, I think it's still going on, and it's gonna go on longer. But I'm glad that there's these fights in court and out of court, because one of the things that what we see now is that, like, there's this big fight lately of using fair use of like stuff like that, and corporations trying to keep their stuff, like Disney, like Mickey Mouse was supposed to be in the public domain for like 30 to 40 years ago, and like they just been keeping and pushing for more of it, of Mickey Mouse, and like you're really hurting society and the artwork that we did. And I don't know if you guys seen this video by Captain Christian. He talks about the Night of the Living Dead, and so if you count all the zombie movies, all the zombie stuff that we have right now, it goes back all the way to the Night of the Living Dead. And the only reason why people can steal off of it and use it and actually have this zombie thing is because they accidentally forgot to put the copyright seat on it, on their domain work. They forgot to put that, and in that year you had to do it, and they forgot to do that, and so it went into the public domain.
Wait, how old is Night of the Living Dead?
It's 70s, 80s. Let me do a quick.
So that's back in the day when fair use or like copyrights and stuff was kind of starting, right? So I think it's funny that they forgot about it, but now that's a good point, because if it wasn't for that
1968
little mistake, we wouldn't have zombies at all.
Like, we wouldn't have White Walkers in Game of Thrones. We wouldn't have The Walking Dead. We wouldn't have Shaun of the Dead, Call of Duty Zombies. Like, none of this art stuff and like anything. It really hurts our culture when we just say, okay, you can have this forever. It's like, no, you should have the monopoly on it for like 20, 30 years, maybe even till like the artist dies. But then after it, no, that goes to society.
Isn't that how it works currently? No, it's like
they fucked it now.
Yeah.
What is it?
Yeah.
I think it's like 100 years.
Yeah, something like that.
It's something really insane at this point in time.
Good lord.
Where we have no freedom.
But connecting it back to what we were going with the YouTube, I also believe it's just YouTube's fault at the same time, because they make it possible for anyone to just like flag a YouTube video and say
people do it just to spite other YouTubers at this point.
Yeah, and they're just abusing it. And on top of that, with what's happening now with the other stuff with YouTube, where people are being demonetized.
Mm-hmm.
I think YouTube needs to look at their platform and try and fix this.
They really should, because if YouTube keeps screwing itself over as much as it's doing in these past few years, at some point, all the creators and everybody, they're just going to get together and make their own platform. Because honestly, YouTube is unrivaled in this platform of video services, right?
Somebody has to make another one, and there he goes. Because
That's-
this one right
That's
now,
what I learned. That's what I
is-
learned in my. Oh wait, what's up, Jared?
it's failing right now. Like,
There's only one competitor right now, and it's by a landslide.
Barely
of
a
nothing.
competitor.
Let's all go
Well,
to Vimeo.
No,
Vidme.
I think
Don't upload this to YouTube. Screw
Actually-
YouTube.
actually, I think Facebook is getting close to
God, no.
rivaling YouTube.
No,
People
no.
have talked
I've
about
been
that. I
like-
think it's got
Even
potential.
Facebook is a dying thing.
No, I
Yes.
don't think so.
People-
No, okay,
yeah.
I think it's going for the more people, like the older people. I feel like it's like few. I see rarely any young person. It's like, oh, go on, add me on YouTube for this and that. I'm like,
What I mean by
nah.
Facebook, I mean the company of Facebook, meaning Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. What do you call it? Like they own so much that you can Messenger. Like they get a lot of stuff, and communication is driven by Facebook.
But
I see what you
don't
mean,
think
but I feel
it
like-
will ever be a competitor to YouTube.
No, it's-
No.
I think it has to be I'm gonna upload videos here only. I don't no updating.
It's not a
no
messaging
family.
thing. It's not like a tweet-based thing. It's not like that.
And the competitor right now would be VidMe, which is the
Good?
high. Yeah, no, VidMe is the largest competitor right now. Most followers on social media, most users.
That's like
Adding-
that's
and now,
competition right
hold
there,
on.
dude. Or that's capitalism.
Here's where the competition really starts. They just got their first advertising plan. So say I went up there
Ooh.
and I started gaining a followers, depending on what their ratio is, I could make money from there. Now they're saying it's not enough for it to be a survivable amount of like, hey, I can live off this amount, but it is a start, and I think that is the biggest thing right now. Because right now YouTube has screwed over so many people to a point where everyone's been like, okay, the second something else comes up, we're moving over, and a lot of YouTubers have already started uploading their content to both websites. As like,
I feel
hey,
like,
I can
dude, I feel like we
migrate
should
to
have saved this
anytime.
topic. Wait, what's up?
Well, what I'm
Go
saying
ahead.
is they've started migrating it all over. As same as I've started uploading every video to both, and I'll even upload some videos to VidMe before I do a YouTube video.
I feel like we should have saved this topic for another podcast because there's just so much to talk about with this.
Yeah,
we can open up the discussion another time in another podcast.
See you next year, guys.
Next year, guys. Hopefully VidMe's up there.
By this time next year, YouTube will be dead.
Yes.
honestly, because YouTube doesn't, for the people that are already, making a living out of it, or barely like starting off and barely getting any money, they do not inform any of the changes. They don't inform any of
They've
the
been
new
changing
rules.
all the stuff like
Yeah.
every month now too.
And the users just get fucked over because what's the thing now? It's watch time, right? Or
Yes.
did it change?
It's
Yeah.
watch time.
It's
watch
watch
time.
time.
Watch
It's-
time.
And you have to to be good, you have to upload every day. It's like
Mhm.
for the people that
So, like,
animate stuff.
It's catering
it's
towards
a struggle.
it's catering towards
Yeah.
It's catering
So, yeah,
towards
yeah.
vloggers.
Yes, and it's
Not just like
is
that.
YouTube now.
Not just like that, like even like big companies where that they have the resources to do
To
it
upload
every
daily.
day, to upload daily. Like for us, let's say if we take every day of the week, right? We would have to do a video every day of the week.
we don't
they
have time for work,
like-
for school.
Yeah. And they have to be like, what do you call? And like we would have to do produce them cheaply or something like that. Like I
Yeah.
already have I'm working on a video that's gonna take me about maybe a month, but it's gonna be really good. but it's gonna take a long ass time to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what's happening. All these ones that take longer times to make and produce that are great quality, like video essays or like other stuff like that, are very popular. They're gonna be like going down because you can't produce that anymore because it's just too hard and not enough money.
Storytelling has pretty much gone out the window. Like
Animators on YouTube are screwed royally.
I've gotten more views on a gaming video where I did not do a single bit of editing to it than some. Like, I literally recorded gameplay as like a let's play, and yeah, I still enjoyed the video. I talked a lot on it. I still think I did pretty well in the video, but that will get more views of me uploading every other day than, say, if I took time to edit out a full CS:GO video and have comedic things. Like,
But yeah, like you gotta see. That's why like they're
quick
trying to
and
become like
repetitive is what
they're
wins.
trying to become like a competitor to like Netflix and stuff, which is not YouTube's domain. It just isn't.
No, it's
And
not.
why would they want to do that? That's so dumb. Like,
No,
you're
I
not
think-
in that market. You're like,
I think
you
YouTube is
should-
trying
Follow
to
the
be
money,
more-
my guy.
huh?
You're following
no,
the
no,
money, my
no,
guy. That's what they're doing.
No, I understand that, but like their market is like, watch like don't
Yeah.
go to net, like if you want to consume like something like a snack kind of meal, right? Like Netflix would be like a meal, and what do you call it? YouTube would be like that snack. That's what they should be
Fast food.
shooting for.
Unfortunately, and this is actually a full study, the attention span of a normal person has gone down so much in the past few years that they don't want to sit through a 20-minute YouTube video or a 30-minute. And they also want something consistent, though. So if I try to edit out a video to get out every, say, a week, but it was very well edited, it might get some views. But someone that's vlogging them eating fucking Cheerios all day is going to get a lot more views than what I'm actually editing and producing.
Hey, man, I
So
like
you're
Cheerios.
saying that we should all get Cheerios and we
Yeah.
take a bowl and we start eating
Just-
them.
We'd be better off doing that given the current state of YouTube.
But at the same time, I feel like there's a specific group of YouTubers that are being hit hard by this,
Oh, 100%.
and that's the gamers, the Let's Players.
Well, what also hits hard for it is after PewDiePie became a Nazi, because I
Yeah.
fully believe
Quote,
he's
unquote.
he's a Nazi.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's a Nazi, man. I don't know.
No,
what
he's
you're
not.
talking
I'll
about.
fight you on this, dude. I'm defending him. I'm not even a huge fan of his uploads, but I'm defending
live the
him
fear.
mostly because I know
No
what's going
shit,
on.
he's not a Nazi. Like, that's very obvious.
Long live the fear.
Yeah, straight up. But
Sieg Heil, right?
ever since that
Yes.
happened with monetization, companies do not want to represent anyone with vulgar language. Me, it'd be extremely hard because I curse all the time. I would have to severely cut down my cursing.
Dude, and that's
Beep.
fucking
No.
funny, dude.
And
that's
you
what
know,
people
I use
watch.
it.
It's like
I use
raid
my
videos too. I'm like,
Yeah,
what the?
You know what
I
it
use
is
my
actually.
cursing. Hold on. Let me finish up this point. So after that all went down, YouTube even went as far as not allowing montages such as Call of Duty to be monetized due to the violence in it, which I think is bullshit.
Oh,
And-
I did not hear
Yeah,
about that.
and which
Phase,
is so
you know, Optic,
Look,
those
they're
people
already
that
banning
became
like actual
famous.
violence. It's a game.
Yeah, like they don't.
That's the
want
thing about
that.
most people. Like you see like a montage of like every fatality in Mortal Kombat X. I could watch that and I'm like, ooh, that's brutal. But the instant there's actual violence, like you see one of your stupid Mexican friends upload on Facebook or share on, you all know exactly what I'm talking about, right? The instant you see some stupid cartel execution, I am like disgusted. I'm pissed, and I'm like, why is this on my newsfeed?
Yeah.
I just ate lunch.
That
Right.
should be watched. But me uploading a fucking Minecraft Let's Play saying I'm gonna fuck a block pig, I think that's okay.
Oh, dude, he fell down a cliff and he died, and he said, "Ooh, we can't upload that."
But
Sorry.
the worst part is YouTube isn't being clear with what demonetizes your video, because
Yeah.
some videos will be demonetized for having a gun on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Some
or a
won't.
bad-
Some by having the
Like, it is the stupidest thing in the whole world in the state we are in. And that is why I support stuff like VidMe, like these up and coming. Why I'm streaming so much more is because I don't feel like I can be myself in a video without facing constant criticism or, my video being deleted. Because I have had a video that I cursed a lot in. Not going to deny I curse a lot in my normal life.
Dude, it's not like there's anything to be ashamed about.
Yeah.
No.
And it got removed.
That's something like a fundamental thing. This is a thing my business professor said. If there's no competitor, then there's a problem. Like he mentioned like the robber barons back during the industrial revolutions, because there was no competition back then. That's what a monopoly is.
You mean our state of now?
That's essentially what YouTube is.
Amazon owns everything.
No, but basically what he said was competition will increase, like will make everything better, because it's gonna cause both competitors to make more efficient stuff, right? And right now YouTube needs a competitor, or else just the entire thing is gonna fail, right?
100% does, but I don't think we'll get one for another year or two where someone can come in and be like, hold on, this is it, created by the people for the creators.
Well, what other people or what other creators do now is also they start Patreon,
Which I don't
to
agree
cut
with.
out. No.
I don't agree. Depending on what YouTuber, but I've seen some huge YouTubers, and I'm like, why the fuck do you have a Patreon? Why do you think?
If you're on Twitch, it makes sense. Like,
Well, Twitch
that's how
is
it works, right?
donation based. You
Yeah.
make your money off streaming. That I agree with, because you're consistently entertaining for an extremely long time. Like, I spend 3 to 4 hours streaming every day now. It's not easy to keep talking or coming up with a content. Like, it's a fucking hectic style.
But I think you could say that
for
for.
Patreon?
What?
Go ahead, Victor. Go ahead.
No, you. I've been talking for a while, so go.
So for Patreon, I agree with. I like Patreon. I'm not Patreon to any, or I'm not a person of anyone, because I'm a broke ass college student.
Fuck yeah.
But if I did, I would. And I think Patreon is really good. Just on the idea is that, first of all, like, I get to support the person that I like, and so they don't have to go to a company, or they don't have to go to somewhere else just so that they can like and then get censored. You know what I mean? Like, go to Pepsi and say, "Hey, I need this much money," and then Pepsi gives it to them, but like, "Oh, you can't cuss, you can't use this, you can't be raw, you can't be human, you have to make this type of material," just so that they can survive. But for Patreon, they'd be like, "Hey, you can support me, and then I can do this kind of work that you like," and I'm totally supportive of that. I agree that there might be some big ones that you're like, come on, really? But I totally support Patreon 100%. If you like what this person's doing, support them. Buy what do you call their gear, or their t-shirts or stuff like that, and then support them on Patreon. And with that notation, we're gonna go to our Patreon. No, I'm kidding. No.
Dang it! You've been still. You saw my bit. I was gonna say that.
Are
at the
you
end of the
selling us
video.
out, Francisco?
Yeah,
I'm
you're not
selling
selling
out.
us out. We
This
are
has
the
to be-
only
we need to discuss
subscribers.
this, dude. No.
Our Patreon is the 1 year Patreon. It's gonna
If we're gonna sell
get
out, we all need to
$5
agree
for-
on it. All right, so next year, right?
Dang it, Francisco! I hate you. You took my bit.
Just setting
No,
up for that.
Look,
Yes, I was waiting for that for the longest time.
I've seen YouTubers that don't make any money off YouTube now because of this monetization, and
Yeah.
that I think there's other ways. Sell merch, sell different things. Try to expand. I don't think certain YouTubers are going far enough to make a profit, and that's my problem. If there are other ways to make profit, why not do that over what you're doing at the current moment of, hey, just give me money for the exact same content I'm already doing?
So for us, I think we should like totally go to like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, even Snapchat,
I would hate myself.
and like
Same.
and just like
TBH.
push it, like, because the only thing that like really matters, I think, is like if we can get people eyeballs. You know what I mean? If like people are listening or watching and caring and stuff like that, then we can work
Well, first we need to
that.
have a consistent upload schedule. We need to start.
This is
actually
true.
doing this.
I thought we were
We can't be
having a
like, see you
consistent
next
yearly
year.
base.
We'll work on it. We'll talk off stream or not off
Do
stream.
we
All
have
right,
so are we
more
gonna
topics to talk
end
about?
it
Or?
here?
No, actually,
So our
we have
annuals-
gone for an hour 14, so this is longer than most podcasts will be, and I don't want to go overboard. But we will make more.
It's okay. I see
podcasts.
podcasts that go an hour 30 or 2 hours.
Oh, honestly, yeah.
Okay, so
So
we're gonna.
I guess
Okay, you want
this-
to end it off?
yeah. So thank you for watching / listening to our podcast. Stay tuned for our next podcast, which is gonna come out in a year. 2018 9/4. Okay.
It's not
Uh,
not really though, right? No, come on.
Actually, we're gonna shorten that time. It's gonna be every 6 months.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
going for it.
all right, that's doable.
That
Don't
sounds
worry about
doable.
it. It sounds like something I can do. See, what day though? Because I sleep in some days.
Yeah, I like sleeping. We'll talk about this off.
But
yeah,
anyways, yeah. Oh, you want to finish it off?
I'll end it off. I got this. If you like the content, we are going to start uploading more. Hopefully, some more montages. I'm going to be working with these guys a little more. Hopefully, our lives, we can get everything we want done. But like, subscribe, all that good shit. Obviously, we have all the links here. This will also be over on SoundCloud, on VidMe, and on a
Hey,
few
got
other things.
mixtape?
I'm going to try to progress this as popular as I can, make it everywhere I can available for everyone.
Snapchat, Instagram.
Yeah,
Facebook.
you're going to see a
Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus.
hour-long Snapchat story of this podcast.
Heck yeah, dude.
And yeah, so see you guys all next time.
Go to our
Hey,
Patreon.
we're not going to be
We're
on
not
Google
gonna-
Plus though, right? I hate Google Plus.
We're gonna be on Google Plus
Bye.
now. Later.
Bye.